It's going to be quite exciting. You will be creeping around your house on a silent sound safari, and I might even make you or ask you to make lots of noise. So please warn anybody at home, particularly anyone working. You'll need your science book, 2 ears, and lots of concentration. So let's get going. As always, can you please start with a short date and the title, which is on the screen. So unpause when you're done. Thank you. And we'll start with some total recall now. You don't need to write these down if you don't want to, but there's 3 questions to recap previous learning. Have a think or write down what you think the answers are, then unpause and I'll reveal them. Okay, well done. Here are the answers. It's great if you're recalling previous learning. Not sure yet if you've covered the Viking invasion, the first one, but that is part of our new topic. So if we haven't covered it yet, you already know, thanks to this, that the Vikings first invaded Britain in AD 793. Okay, on with our science lesson. So today's learning foci are listening and absorption, and you're going to need actually to be absorbed in your listening. Here are some words, key vocabulary for this topic which we'll need. I'll read them to you. If there's any you're unsure about, you could always search them on Google or on an online dictionary to find out what they mean. Vibrate, travel, source, volume, pitch, sound, loud, faint, insulation. And this word links really nicely with our previous topic of electricity, because we talked about insulators not allowing electricity to pass through, so you can probably work out what sound insulation does as well. Now, from now on in this lesson, until I tell you, you have to make no sound whatsoever. So, shh. Okay, I'd like to have a think. Which area of your home do you think will be the quietest? I would like you please to write it in your books and then just to write any sounds you think you might still hear in that quiet area. I'll show you what I've done. I've written that I think my bedroom will be the quietest. I may still hear the radiator hissing and cars outside. I'd like you to have a think. Pause the video and unpause when you're done. Fabulous. Okay. And now I'd like you to think which area of your home will be the noisiest. So this is the predictive part of the lesson. Write down which area of your home you think will have the most sounds and what they might be, please. Unpause when you're done. Okay. Now, underneath your predictions, I'd like you to draw a table or split your book into sections for the main areas in your house. Now, that might be your bedroom, the bathroom, kitchen, outside the front door, in the garden or patio or backyard. You can even add different areas too if you would like to. I'll show you what I've done in my book. Okay, so I've used a ruler to make it neat and tidy. I've underlined my subtitles and I'm ready for my sound safari because I'm going to go hunting and listening for what sounds appear in which area of my house. So lay out your sound safari table and unpause when you're done, please. Fabulous. Okie dokie. So we're now going to move to different areas of your home. When you get to each area, you must stop and sit down and listen. I'd like you to write down every different sound you hear. And if you can hear a sound and you don't know what it's coming from, just try to describe it. Is it a soft, soothing sound, or is it a mechanical, repetitive sound? And you can always try to have a guess as to what is the source of the sound, what makes the sound as well. Okay, so we're about to leave, but before we go on our sound safaris, do you think there'll be any area of your home that will be totally silent? And actually, when you're quite mindful and silent and you listen very carefully, we hear a lot. Do you think anywhere will be totally silent? I wonder. Okie dokie, let's go. Off on your sound safari. Try not to disturb other people. Remember, you need to be completely silent. Record all the sounds from around your home and then unpause the video when you get back, please. Super. Okay, now you've got back from your sound safari, providing you're not going to disturb anybody working or upset or wake anybody up. You can spend 1 minute making as much noise as you like. Okay, that's enough. Blimey, that was noisy. I heard that all the way from here. Now, sound is everywhere, so much so sometimes we don't even notice it. And I'd like you to think about the sounds you might hear in Tor Point or Plymouth. Are they the same sounds you would hear in different parts of the United Kingdom? If you're down by the river in Tor Point, what sounds are you likely to hear? And would you hear those same sounds in the middle of Dartmoor or up a mountain in Scotland or in Piccadilly Circus in London? Try to think about the different parts of the United Kingdom and what different sounds you might hear. Unpause the video after you've had a good think or maybe a chat to someone at home. Okay, so now we're thinking about different sounds in different areas. It's time to start thinking or categorizing them. So, in your books, very neatly with a ruler, can you make a table? And one column is for sounds you might hear in an urban area, which means in a city or a town. And the other column is for sounds you would hear in a rural area, which means in the countryside. I'll show you how I've laid out mine in my book. Okay, so I've laid it out like this. And unpause when you're done, please. Great. And then here I've already come up with a couple of ideas. I've just been thinking. I think you can hear lots of cars in an urban area. You definitely hear birds in a rural area. I'd like you to spend at least 2 minutes thinking carefully about other sounds and add them to your table, and unpause when you're done, please. Super, well done. Okay, next of all, what do you think noise pollution means? Pause the video to have a think or talk to someone at home. What do you think noise pollution is? Interesting. Well, noise can actually be such a problem that in some areas it's considered pollution, just like plastic or oil waste in the ocean. People are actually employed, so they have jobs to monitor noise levels and make sure they're not too loud or a nuisance. Can you think of any examples of noise pollution? Any things that might make so much noise it's a pollutant? Pause the video and have a think or talk to someone at home. Right, okay. Well, here are 3 examples I came up with. Aeroplanes cause a lot of noise pollution, particularly if you live close to an airport like these people do. Traffic. If you live in a big city near a main road, you'll hear horns, honking, engines, all sorts of chaotic noises really from busy roads. And construction work as well. If you live anywhere near a building site, you'll have heard how noisy it is. These drills are so noisy that the people operating the pneumatic drills have to wear insulating headphones to protect their ears from the sound. And that leads us on to a very important warning that some loud sounds should actually be avoided. We should never put objects into our ear because actually it can damage the ear and even result in a loss of hearing and deafness. So sounds can be enjoyed, but we need to be careful with them and respect them. Okay, on to my favourite part of the lesson, the plenary, which is the last part. So could you put a little subtitle in your book that says plenary? And then I'm going to share with you one of my favourite audio experiences in the whole world. And audio means sound. I've been very lucky and I've been to the Amazon 3 different times in South America. And whether it's laying in a hammock at night or sitting on a wooden dugout canoe or even wading through ankle deep water, just listening to the sounds in the Amazon is completely enchanting and quite magical. So if you click on the link underneath this YouTube video, you will be taken to another video where you can listen to the sounds of the rainforest at night. And I would like you to just write them down with bullet points, describe the sound, and then try to guess what's making them. And I'll show you. I've already had a go at some, and I've written here underneath my plenary subtitle, I could hear some splatting noises, which I thought were raindrops, some buzzing, which I thought was grasshoppers, and then a sort of warm warbling sound, which I think is birds calling. there are at least 10 more sounds I could hear. So I'd like you to click on the link below, pause the video, well, pause this video, click on the link and listen carefully, and then unpause when you're done, please. Okay, wonderful. Well done. I hope you enjoyed listening to that. Listening to sounds of the rainforest is actually a great way of doing some mindfulness. It can really help people get to sleep. And there are loads of rainforest videos on YouTube, which if you check with people at home, with your adults, I'm sure you'll be able to listen to a few more if you'd like to. Okay, that's the end of the lesson, Year 4. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll continue next week with sound, and I really look forward to the lesson then. Take care, everybody. Bye.